Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Exciting announcement for all of my listeners. I've officially opened my exclusive group, the ProjectME Passive Income Posse, to the public. This group is by application only, so we can keep the group high vibe and spend our time, energy, and expertise only helping those of you who truly want massive success and impact. You get live weekly trainings from me, special guest coaches, and direct access to me and my business partner for all of your questions. To learn more and apply, go to projectmewithtiffany.com, click on Work With Me, and select ProjectME Posse. And of course, any questions, feel free to DM me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Welcome to the podcast and posse, ProjectME with Tiffany Carter. I'm your host, Tiffany, and today you are going to learn how to stop caring what other people think so you can shine and succeed. Yes, I know how hard this is. It truly wasn't until a few months ago that I got into what I like to call now the zero fucks zone. And this is where I want you guys to get. I was almost all the way there. I had one particular person who I was still afraid of her approval, what she would think, if she'd be mad at me, and that she is my mom. And I was nervous about that, which was holding me back from writing my book. And I finally let go of that several months ago. So I'm truly in the zero fuck zone. I was mostly in it before, but I want to tell you guys how I got there so that you can do it for yourselves. Here's the thing. When I'm on coaching calls with people, I hear on every single call, and this is a matter of if someone is a 7-figure entrepreneur, making multiple 6 figures, someone who's just starting a business, people from all walks of life. I hear at least once on every single session, some kind of statement that is having to do with them not wanting to say this in their branding or them to share a certain thing about themselves or really go for something because of a fear of what other people would think. They can be specific people, family members, friends, other people in their business, people at work, or it can be just general people, right? So what makes me laugh, and I've said it too, it's like, oh my God, well, I'm sure people are going to think that, my whole thing was, for in the past was like, oh, I'm sure people are going to think, who does she think she is? Like, she's going to have a personal brand. Like, she thinks she's that important and special to have a personal brand and photos of herself. And it's like, what does she think? She's like a celebrity or something, right? And it's funny because like people, who are these people? It's like when someone goes, well, they said, or people say, who are these fucking people? You know who they are? They're the evil committee in our brain. That's who these people are. It's accumulation of all the people who have been toxic and negative in our entire lives, all in our brain, plus tap on society's bullshit, all the projections that are put on women or of people of certain races or people of certain sexual preferences, whatever it is, you tack all that on. It's this evil committee in our brain. That's who those people are. Oh, well, people are going to say, oh my God, she's so young, or she doesn't even have a degree, or she's not even certified. Like, who is she to be doing this? Or her body is like not even that amazing. Like, how can she be a fitness coach? Like there's fitness models doing that. Well, what people are saying that to you It's your own brain. The beauty of this is you have the power to stop it because they're in your own brain. But we even have to get to a point of that like zero fuck zone with the evil committee in our brain. Because when you stop caring about like that inner critic and you stop giving so much attention to it and let it control you, the voice quiets down. That's the real trick. Don't you remember, like, I don't know if you've had like a caregiver or a parent or a family member say to you at school, like if you're being bullied or someone's picking on you and they go, oh, they're just, that's because they're jealous of you. Or if I always had like boys pulling my hair and like flinging my bra strap and shit like that. And it'd be like, well, they just really like you. They don't know how to show it, or they're jealous of you or something like that. And you come home and you have someone say that to you, and it's like, okay, well, it never made me feel better. So I wouldn't even put that on you guys. It like, oh, well, if anyone does say that to you, they're just jealous, or they just wish you could do what they could do what you're doing. That doesn't really help. That doesn't get us to the zero fuck zone. What gets us to the zero fuck zone is going, first off, who are these people? And these people are the evil committee in my brain. And I don't really care what you say. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway, because there's really no hard truth to that. It might seem true, but I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe it is true. Maybe I don't have a bunch of certifications and I want to be a certain kind of coach or have a certain kind of business. And there's other people that have all these certifications and all these accolades and magazine covers and shit like that. And I don't have it. So what? They didn't have it when they started either, right? You've got to just get to that point. No one can push you to that point. I can certainly help you get there. No one could have made me get to that point with my mom. That was a long time coming. You know what? It got me there. It was like, I'm going to keep holding myself back because of this fear of this one person. So who am I hurting? I'm hurting myself. And we get one life. So let's say, God forbid, something happened to me and I wasn't, I didn't have an ability to like write this book that I've always known that I would write someday, or I waited to some ridiculous age to do it. Well, who would I be mad at? That'd be my own fault. And I let someone else have power over me. So are you going to allow that evil committee in your brain, or specific people in your life, or this general people population? Are you going to let them hold you back on your dreams to where you don't go after what you want just because of fear of what they would think? That's on you. To be blunt, that's on you. And the pain of the regret of me not doing it versus the risk of my mom being horrible to me because I'd be sharing a lot of the truth from my childhood in there, which isn't flattering to her. I'm not going to bash her, but it's not flattering to her. Oh, well, zero fucks, #0fucksgiven. And I want you guys to even start saying that to yourself in your head or out loud, like zero fucks given when those thoughts start coming up. At what point do you want to keep holding on to that? What will people think? Truly, there's a part of you who believes it yourself and you're kind of projecting it on other people. Like that whole, who does she think she is? Like she's going to know who's going to listen to you, just because you create this personal brand and there's so many people already doing it. And I'm afraid people are going to say that. Well, I guarantee you what you're afraid other people will think or say is because there's part of you that believes that about yourself. And once you clear that up, those other voices start getting softer and quieter, and they end up going away. Who are you not to? I mean, hello. Have you seen some of the people on TV? Have you seen some of these Instagram influencers? I mean, the difference between you and them is they took action. That's the difference. The difference between you and them is, for most of them, they had zero fucks given. They went for it. They went for it anyway. Oh my God. My mom's texting me, which by the way is very rare, while I'm freaking recording this. I don't know if you guys could hear my phone. That's weird. Power of the universe. What that tells me is you guys needed to hear this message loud and clear. And I'm really glad that I'm giving it. And it's just funny because here I was just talking about her and there's her text that comes up. And now even a few months ago, if that happened, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, does she know I'm talking bad about her? I'm going to get in trouble. Like my inner child would be like, I'm going to get in trouble. I just saw she was texting now and it made me laugh. And I was like, zero fucks given. So I want you guys to take a screenshot right now of this episode. I want you to share it, put the hashtag zero fucks given and tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany. I want you guys to declare that you're on this path. I know it's not like a light switch and all of a sudden you're going to be zero fucks given, but that you're going to commit to working on that. Because you're losing out on your own dreams by giving people that much power. And by the way, I've got to tell you guys this. It's really none of our business what other people think about us. We think things about other people, places, and things all the time. We do. We think judgmental thoughts. We think all sorts of things all the time. Scroll online. You think a lot of things and you know you do. It's really none of our business. We're all entitled to our own thoughts and opinions. You should see the shit that I get DM'd to me about the fact that I talk about God, the universe, spirituality, yet yet I say fuck. There's people that don't think that that's appropriate, that that's not godly or whatever. And guess what? Zero fucks given. I've had zero fucks given about that for a long time. It's like last time I checked, God made me who I am. And God knows I love to swear for emphasis and it feels really good to me and he could care less. So P.S. Thank you. So I want to make sure that you guys start doing something every single day that's going to get you to this zero fucks given zone. And what it's going to take is every time one of those thoughts comes up, like, oh my God, what are people going to think? Oh God, who am I to put out like a recipe book? There's so many freaking recipe books. Who am I to be a life coach? Who am I? I'm going to make jewelry. I'm going to do a clothing line. Like, who do I think I am? People are going to think I'm an idiot. What if no one buys it? I need you to say back to this committee, oh, well, if that happens, that's on me. Thanks for warning, thanks for the heads up. But if that happens, it's on me. If that, zero fucks given. I'm trying it anyway, right? I'm trying it anyway because you're giving them power over your own life. And when I say them, most of the people in the comments and the things we're talking about is that committee in your head. A lot of times, no one's actually ever said anything to us. No one sent us a DM. No one sent us an email even. So it's even worse because it's not even really happening. We're using it as a way to prevent us from going after our dreams, which is scary. And like I said before, we really believe some of these limiting thoughts about ourselves and we're projecting it onto the people. So you need to get honest. Is it you that thinks no one will buy anything? Is it you that thinks that you need to have these certifications or be skinnier or more fit in order to do the thing? Is it you who feels you're not talented enough? And start there. I guarantee you a lot of these things that you think other people are going to think or say about you is because you're already thinking and saying them to yourself. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone else who you think will benefit from it. Share it on your social media, tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany, and also put the hashtag zero fucks given if you're committing to working on standing up against that evil committee in your brain in order for you to shine and go after what it is you are destined to go after in the first place. Love you guys so much. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Bye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.